Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 is forsaking a totally circular design, smuggled photographs show. According to fresh photographs in a leaked Samsung app, the forthcoming Galaxy Watch 8 series will do away with the traditional entirely circular form of the company's wristwatch. Leaked firmware has revealed a lot about the Galaxy Watch 8 series. New modifications in One UI 8 watch are plenty, but another leak has suggested that Samsung will likely be making some substantial cosmetic changes to the Galaxy Watch 8 and Watch 8 Classic. The people at Android Authority noticed photos in One UI 8 watch software that displays both the Galaxy Watch 8 and the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. Codenames Fresh 8 and Wise 8 allude to the two gadgets, respectively, and the design has evolved quite a deal. Where past devices featured a totally circular design with lugs coming out of the top and bottom for the watch band, these new renderings reveal a squircle design that's strikingly similar to the Galaxy Watch Ultra. The new design still has a circular display, but the form has a more square overall footprint, raising the buttons out a bit more as well. The Watch 8 still has only 2 buttons, although the Watch 8 Classic has 3, much as the Watch Ultra. It's hard to discern based on these photographs how the Watch 8 Classic would change from the Watch Ultra, although it likely comes down to a rotating bezel. Yikes, I'm fine with the Watch Ultra being ugly with that. But if this is going to be across the entire lineup, I'll replace my 4 Classico or a Watch 6 Classic and not get another Samsung watch again. This would make a new Classic style so uncomfortable to turn. Notably, Samsung expressly suggested that the Galaxy Watch 8 will have a new look. In its most recent earnings call, the firm promised a new and innovative design for the upcoming Galaxy Watch. For wearables, we will expand our market presence with a strengthened premium experience while expanding our lineup across all price segments. We plan to launch a new Galaxy Watch with an innovative design and enhanced health-related features. Similar to MicroLED updates, it appears like every single smart wearables maker is striving to figure out non-invasive blood glucose monitoring via the wrist, a breakthrough that would make controlling diabetes much simpler. And there's reason to suppose that Samsung may beat its competitors, particularly Apple, to the punch with blood glucose monitoring in a wristwatch. I first projected that we'd receive the groundbreaking functionality in the gadget which ended up becoming the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now I'm cautiously hopeful that it will launch on the Galaxy Watch 8. Under the hood, the Galaxy Watch 8 is likely to have a next-generation processor, delivering quicker processing rates and greater battery efficiency. This improvement would result in speedier multitasking, quicker program launches, and an overall more seamless user experience. For consumers, these changes translate to a wristwatch that keeps pace with their busy lifestyles, whether they're monitoring workouts, handling alerts, or browsing applications. Battery life is another area where Samsung is expected to make major improvements. The Galaxy Watch 8 might provide up to 2 days of usage on a single charge, solving one of the most significant pain points for smartwatch users. Additionally, the advent of speedier charging technologies might cut downtime, enabling consumers to spend more time enjoying the watch's functions and less time attached to a charger. It seems like every incoming smartwatch model, including both the Apple Watch 11 and Ultra 3, has at least one leak or rumor pointing to a switch away from OLED to MicroLED, and the Galaxy Watch 8 is no exception. I've written multiple times on the advantages of MicroLED compared to OLED, the most prominent being far higher energy efficiency, but increased resolution, brightness, and saturation are all possibly on tap. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra is the brand's first wearable in many years to flaunt a square-ish casing. Is Samsung moving too far into Apple's territory? Galaxy Watch 8 speculations hint that the Ultra may not be the only Samsung wristwatch to boast an angular-ish appearance. I have conflicting sentiments about this relocation. As someone who analyzes smartwatches for a career, I have no particular preference for square versus round casings. I find both comparably comfortable. Since we are in May, it's definitely time to start thinking towards the late summer, when Samsung might show off not just the Galaxy Z Fold 7, but new Galaxy Watch models well. That's normally how their calendar works, new watches with new foldables, and the FCC is now backing that up on some level. This week, a gadget we presume to be the Galaxy Watch 8 stopped via the FCC with a single listing under model number SML335U. The item is billed as a smart wearable featuring Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, etc. In no place does the FCC name this the Galaxy Watch 8, but we know from history. The Galaxy Watch 7 boasts different model numbers based on size and connectivity. For example, the Galaxy Watch 7 40mm has model numbers of SML300 with Wi-Fi and SML305 with LTE. The 44mm version of the Galaxy Watch 7 is either SML310 with Wi-Fi or SML315 with LTE. A gadget with SML335 really seems like the next in line, doesn't it? Based on a recent Twitter leak, we already assume the Galaxy Watch 8 will come as SML320, SML325, SML330, and SML335. The notion here is that the SML32X version are smaller versions, while SML33X are larger. That out of the way, what we think we have here is the Galaxy Watch 8, larger version, 44mm with LTE. To be clear, this is presently the sole version of the Galaxy Watch 8 at the FCC. Samsung and the FCC have not yet uploaded the smaller version with LTE or either model's Wi-Fi variants. Based on the table as shown, we do know that the FCC has validated LTE, 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi, NFC, and Bluetooth 5.3. Above, we see the digital FCC label, which looks a lot like Wear OS and recommends 10-watt charging. Since this isn't giving us anything new, we're actually simply going to keep monitoring the FCC for a follow-up to the Galaxy Watch Ultra. The first Ultra showed up at the FCC under model number SML705. Samsung Galaxy Watches will receive a huge makeover with the debut of the One UI 8 watch, which we may see as soon as June or July, which looks poised to incorporate Google Gemini, a shortcuts app, and Samsung's Now Bar. Following claims that Samsung may forego the One UI 7 watch in favor of the One UI 8 watch, a move that will match the branding of Samsung's watch software with its top Samsung phones. The One UI 8 APKs have leaked, giving us a glimpse at the new features coming to Galaxy wearables. As reported by Android Authority, Gemini AI is actually coming to Samsung watches as well as its own Pixel portfolio, with some interesting new capabilities in tow. Findings imply that Gemini activities will bring many of the same fantastic Gemini capabilities for Android phones to your wrist, with code strings hinting at many intriguing activities. References include Gemini actions that can relocate your meetings, summarize emails, and give you the weather, as well as an input that can rapidly silence Gemini AI with a single swipe of your screen. As highlighted in a separate story, AA has also unearthed a new watch app titled Shortcuts, which will enable you add applications to your Galaxy Watch home screen as either 2x1 or 2x2 tiles, making them much more readily accessible. Finally, the publication says that Samsung is adding the One UI 7's Now Bar and Now Brief to the Galaxy Watch. Samsung's Now Bar shows information, including live alerts, music, and more, on your Galaxy smartphone's home screen. According to AA, users will be able to pick between a basic icon and a bigger display with an icon and text. Users will also apparently be able to double pinch to activate the Now Bar and allow additional actions if there's no content in the bar. Essentially, the Now Bar on Galaxy Watches will serve as a widget system, surfacing contextually relevant data without needing to navigate away from the watch face. The report explains, specifically noting contextual suggestions, maps, media controls, Now Brief, tips, and sports on Google Live Sports scores. There are no doubt additional important improvements hiding beneath the surface that will come to light as we progress towards the official release of One UI 8 watch. Suffice it to say, buyers should anticipate a very big software update on devices like the Galaxy Watch Ultra and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. With the most prominent Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 speculations, so far, out of the way, it's time to dream big and speak about my hopes and aspirations for the Galaxy Watch 8. Having evaluated both the Galaxy Watch 7 and Google Pixel Watch 3, one area Google surpasses Samsung is in battery life, notably for the bigger 45mm Pixel Watch 3. My challenge to Samsung: replicate that device's 48-hour battery life statistic with the next-gen XL Galaxy Watch model. Speaking of the big boy, I'd like to see Samsung boost the size of the Galaxy Watch 8 from 44mm to 46mm to match the Apple Watch 10 and separate it from Google's 45mm XL. Finally, for all my fellow fidgeters out there, Samsung, please bring back the classic style clicky bezel. It's both functional and incredibly soothing to futz with. While nothing is written in stone yet, it definitely appears like the Galaxy Watch design we've grown to love for the last few years is going away for this new style influenced by the Ultra. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.